Hello everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the County Seat. I'm your host, Chad Booth. Now, we are going to talk today about State Highway 14. Now, if you've traveled up onto Cedar Mountain out of Cedar City and been there in the last few months, you realize that road is closed because some months ago a landslide collapsed the road and it fell down into the bottom of the canyon. Well, the state engineers got right to work on it and they promised they would have it open and running by summer, and sure enough, they have. Depending upon the time of day, it is open for traffic, providing access to Cedar Breaks, Navajo Lake, and the Duck Creek area. But that brings us to the broader issue of today's discussion, maintenance of county transportation systems. In some counties, commercial use is so heavy that the counties can't generate the money necessary to maintain the roads. One way that one county is looking at it is through a cooperative agreement between the industries using the road and the county. We will discuss that in our roundtable a little bit later. But first, we're going to go to Malia Bascom for a report on the work done on State Highway 14.
400,000 cubic yards of material. That's what road crews have moved after a landslide swept about a third of a mile section of State Highway 14 into the bottom of Cedar Canyon last October. 8 months later, and access to Duck Creek and the towns on the other side of the mountain on Highway 89 have been restored.
We came together very quickly and sit down and started to plan out what was going to happen. And Iron County took the lead in this and meeting with UDOT, and then we conveyed the message to our commissioners in Garfield and Kane County as well, so that they were aware of what UDOT was planning and what we could do as commissioners to facilitate getting that road open as quickly as we could and getting the help to the businesses that we needed to, as well as our livestock industry.
Livestock raisers depend on the highway for access to their summer ranges for livestock. Without access to the mountain, a detour was necessary.
With the road being closed, a lot of these men are having to take as much as an 80-mile detour around the area, which would normally take them 10 or 15 miles. Now they're facing 60, 80 miles around to get their livestock on the mountain, which costs them a tremendous amount of money for fuel, and then also it's tough on the livestock.
The town of Duck Creek depends on the road as a way for visitors from southwest Utah and Nevada to escape the heat and recreate. With the road closed, people who typically travel to Cedar City for groceries and supplies have had to journey to St. George or Provo, which has had a negative effect on businesses in Cedar City as well. The good news in this case is that Iron County Commissioner Webster had some prior experience with UDOT, which helped the state and the counties coordinate on getting the project complete.
That one of the county commissioners actually is a former UDOT employee, so he has some understanding of what it takes to make things happen, and he's a great liaison for the county because of that.
I was the district safety director in this region for 31 years, and so I'm very well acquainted with the roads and the people who work down here. So when this came about, it was a natural fit for me to slide in on their recovery team and work with these folks.
The hard work that the state and local government agencies have put in has paid off, because now the road is open nights 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. as the final stages of road construction take place. But for those of you looking to travel the road for the 4th of July weekend, State Highway 14 will be open from July 3rd at 4 p.m. until 7 a.m. Monday, July 9th, in order to allow travelers access to the area for the holiday weekend. For the county seat, I'm Malia Bascom.
Thanks, Malia. Looks like great progress on Highway 14. We're going to continue our conversation about roads, some of the problems and challenges that counties encounter when maintaining a transportation system here on the county seat. We will be right back in just a minute.
I didn't order this.
Compliments of the lady in gold.
Hello, trouble.
Anything worth doing in this quiet little town?
You look like the kind of man that could show a girl a good time.
You strike me as the kind of girl that likes a manicure and a massage.
How's that for a manicure?
I hate golf.
I was hoping for something a little more vigorous.
Vigorous, I can do.
And I thought you'd be riding side saddle.
What? I'm gonna regret this. How about that manicure?
There aren't a lot of places in this world where you can feel truly free and wild, where the horizon invites you to set off on adventure. Find adventure at the Tooele County Fair August 2nd through the 4th. We'll kick it all off with an annual rodeo August 2nd and 3rd, and enjoy a special concert with the Bellamy Brothers on August 3rd. Then we'll wrap up with our Demolition Derby. Tooele County. Experience endless horizons.
Have you ever wanted to go on a vacation to Mars? What about a visit to the Old West? Impossible, right? Well, forget what you think is real. In southern Utah's Kane County, other worlds are just an ATV ride away. The Old West lives on in every sunset. From the downtown streets of Little Hollywood to the vistas that have inspired the world. Never find yourself closer to home and yet farther than you've ever been. Southern Utah's Kane County, where anywhere is possible.